Greetings, all. Some clouds, but still beautiful blue and white all around. And, and most of these trees are, well, we're not here, the view. Imagine people built houses on Hollywood Hill, and when it rained, the house slid off the mountain. Right. Let's see what happens down there. Lemon tree used to be. Then some kind of mold, something attacked the tree. Remind me of oh, they call it here blight, but it's like it kills citrus, like citrus blight. It kills all. You drive through Florida, Central Florida, and all the orange trees are beginning to look like that. The leaves are black, falling off, oranges. Now this whatever the insect is that's killing the trees are too far gone to be rectified now. Can't use chemicals to keep the trees from being taken over. And you see thousands of acres of land taken over. I remember when I was a kid, we used to walk through here and go up to our house to the other side of the village. You can still walk through here also, but some people come from the city and from outside the country and build fences. Yeah, like this. Whereas the time when there were no fences. So, good morning. Good morning. In the days when, like I said, when people had fences like this, meaning that they had sheep or goats and they didn't want the sheep or goat to escape during the night. Not like Africa where you have sheep or a goat. The sheep leaves home in the morning, walks around. Well, those of you in Gambia have seen it. All over Africa, actually. See it. In areas where you have full of people, you'll see 50, 60 cows walking through the area on the highway. You know, in some areas, especially in Nigeria, oh man, it is a significant issue because the fuller morning. All right, pretty good. How are you guys doing? All right. Fuller. Let their animals walk through people's gardens. Morning. And if you complain about it, some governments in Nigeria don't say, well, tell the fuller not to do it. Take your cows to a place where where you didn't work so hard to plow your fields and plant your fields. You see, like this sheep, it's tied here. You can eat the grass, but the cows will pass through here and eat the bananas and trees and everything. That's what happened in our garden. The cows will push down the fence. Quite often they push holes through our fence. I don't know if you guys watch Bags, but watch some of his videos and you will get a good idea of the issues. In Nigeria, they declare war and people come shoot up people with guns. And some of them, the British and the French, and the Arab people, Saudis from UAE, they kind of use the antagonism between the tribes in Nigeria and the fuller, arm the fuller, give them guns to, and those who don't want to keep cows now, kidnapping people. Even some of the governors in Nigeria in on their old little terrorist units. Imagine a government creating something like that in its own country. But it's also not only in Nigeria, it's in Benin, Gabon, Togo, and they were particularly destructive in the AES before they began to fight back, and then the French, whose soldiers were there to protect them and arm them, when the AES took over, the government France is now in a, I mean, only took what, 2 years? And the French government is at a point of collapse because they're no longer able to steal all the resources and sell them to just paying the leaders of ECOWAS. Just paying the leaders of ECOWAS. You know, a few francs. And they were reaping the benefits when this AES stopped depositing their trillions of dollars. They will tell you it's billions, but when they tell you billions, you gotta multiply it back by 3 or 4. Brakes coming down this hill, and these fantastic brakes. But French government is at a ready to collapse. That money is gone. Those resources are gone. It's causing significant issues. That's why you see they started a war in Congo. Look at this. They started a war in the Congo, and then the leader that they installed many years ago well, not the leader, not one particular leader. It started back in the 70s. And then when he died, when that one died, his son came in. And after the son, you got the new leader there in Congo. Who's the plan now? He didn't just up one day and say, come and give us peace, for help us make peace, and we'll give you the resources. That was the plan all along. Things in Africa don't happen accidentally, you know. You gotta look back on what he did when he went to America and sat down. They called all 50 of them and said, this is what we want you to do. They take each one of them, they negotiate. You know, you see the EU, when they negotiate, is the one leader or two or three of them go. And they all sit down and negotiate for everybody. But in Africa, it's not like that. All 50 leaders have to go because they know each other's heart and how wicked this is. One will go make a deal for himself and cut all the others out. They know it. So the deal was made. They all went to Washington. The deal was made, and it's just the war heating up. South Africa had gone there to make peace, and they were talking. But after that meeting, no more peace, no more talk. They even attacked the South African soldiers. Rwanda and Uganda. And the so-called M23. It's all the deals. The same thing is being pushed in Ethiopia. All across Africa. But the time now, wars are causing too many resources to be scarce. And now it's come to a point where the resources for the British and French and the EU, America, Japan, Korea, all is becoming difficult to access. So it's killing the war machine. And the war machine is the part that forced the rest of the world into a position where they had to give up their resources for little or nothing. And keeping Africa from being Africans from developing itself. That's just one side. And then you have the African leadership. It's the other side who are in on it. So you see what's going on now. This like China and Russia and the BRICS nations are keeping the system from collapsing. Not because they won't survive if it fell apart. But the poor nations of the planet who are trying to get out from under these things, including Africa, the poor African leaders, they kind of like, we don't see that. It's right before your eyes, you know. It's like me standing here watching the trees and the people, and my brain is saying, there's nobody here but me. There's nothing here but me. This is a desert. No trees, no water, no people, just me. That's what African leaders are telling us. And when the reality hit like it does in some places now, Kenya, for instance, pull out that army, its only use is for killing its own people. Cameroon, same thing. And if you watch my videos and go watch some of the other videos for, I don't know, about 5-6 months now, things are stirring in Gambia. And instead of talking to the young people, the government started putting the young people in prison. And they, just for talking, just for saying, you know, hey, we need some changes here. Government put them in jail. And then they get on the street and say, no. You can't put us all in jail. No, you're going to have to put us all in jail. Good morning. For those of you who think it just started in Gambia, it isn't just starting anywhere in Africa. But it's coming to each nation one by one. I don't have to tell you about what's going on in America, or England, or France, or Germany. Things there are falling apart. Nobody's talking about it. When? Nobody's talking about it in Africa. They're not saying, hey, leaders are not coming and saying, my people. The overlords are now busy. Let us sit down and make a plan together for what we should do so that we all benefit from such. They can come out and African people will accept that. African people will accept it that, hey, yes, they were putting pressure on you. So now, show us that you're going to change and do better so that we all can benefit. Africans would celebrate. I mean, I seen them celebrate when the leader that they want to rule over them, when they choose that person. I seen during the election when Barrow was elected in Gambia, people, gillies filled with people, driving all around Gambia. Celebration, music. That's the way it is. They're looking for somebody to do the right thing. So if the leaders came out and said, hey, this is what we're going to do now that we don't have this European foot on our neck or American foot on our neck, people will say, okay, how can we help? They will come out and say, hey, government have come out like AES and say, look, we want to build some roads. We want everybody to come out. We don't have a lot of money, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure you have rice to cook and, chicken to eat. We give you, we distribute bags of rice, we distribute chicken, eggs, and even if it's sardines, we'll do that. You'll see how quickly the countries will be transformed. And all the people who are in the diaspora, all the governments have to say, hey, look, come home. You can't get equipment to do certain things in Africa? Okay. We order it, it will come to America, and we put it on a boat and send it to Africa. So you'll get it anywhere, just like how the rest of the world does things. But you think that when America wants a machine from China and they can't get it, what do? They get somebody somewhere else to order that machine. They wanted rare earths. Guess what they did? They told Japan, you go to Africa, you get the raw materials, make the rare earth for us. So the other day, you see the Japanese come to Africa. You saw before that the Koreans come to Africa. That's the way things are done. So if you work with your diaspora, they can get what you want. You know? You don't have to go to UAE and beg for money to build mosques. Your diaspora will buy you the machinery that will build your country. But the leaders don't want to do that. They want to keep their little army to protect themselves and their family while keeping the rest of Africa in bondage. See, the people who are just getting enough to eat can't fight. So they think. But now those people are beginning to say, you know what, kill us. Go ahead and kill us. But they're still not listening. Anyway, I think I'll stop here today. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.